The Chainsaw Man anime is slated to be one of the most hyped anime of the year and possibly the last couple of years, because you can't go anywhere on YouTube or other social media platforms without seeing some sort of conversation revolving around the trailers, the animation, and just the general anticipation of the first episode. And there's a good reason for it. Not only is Studio Mappa taking charge in adapting this manga, and we've all seen the various works of Studio Mappa look really amazing, like the 4th season of Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen. But on top of that, the source material is truly a unique story that I believe is truly different from every mainstream manga that there is right now. So in today's video, what I wanted to talk about is what you can expect from the Chainsaw Man anime and really how much it's going to be different from your usual anime experience. By the end of this video, you'll have a perfect understanding of the type of anime that Chainsaw Man is going to be, and of course I will not be spoiling anything from the actual story, so don't worry, you can watch safely here. But really quick, before I get into all that, if you guys enjoy Chainsaw Man and any Chainsaw Man related content, then hey, just hit subscribe and it's a done deal, because I am going to be dropping Chainsaw Man content each and every week, talking about chapter reviews while the manga is currently being released, and of course anime episode reviews each time an episode drops, and on top of that also talk about various theories and topics that come up throughout the manga and the anime. So you definitely want to be subscribed with notifications on so you can be the first person to know as soon as some new Chainsaw Man information drops. But alright, let's get into talking what to expect from the Chainsaw Man anime. So personally, I feel like there are 3 major things that really set Chainsaw Man apart from any other shonen story at this current time. And the first thing is the pacing. So right from the jump, even in episode 1 and in chapter 1, you notice that everything is moving at breakneck speed and you're getting new information, new developments, and seemingly developments that don't have any major buildup one after another. Now, for some of you, this may seem as some sort of detriment to the story, but in my opinion, I think it's quite the opposite. With the type of story that Chainsaw Man is, I think that this quick, hard-hitting pace is something that really adds to the just straight up insanity of the story itself and of everything that goes on throughout the manga and that will be going on throughout the anime. Some of the sequences in this story are honestly like some sort of fever dream that you just can't wake up from as you're hit with a new development or a new fighting sequence or a new conversation one after another, and it never seems to slow down. Now, for those of you that have read the manga from beginning to end and are currently reading part 2 of the manga, we know that the pacing starts to kind of slow down as the story goes along. This is probably a testament to Fujimoto's development as a writer and a storyteller. And honestly, with a slower pace or a faster pace, he manages to tell a very wonderful and engaging story with either writing style. So make sure that you're paying attention, and if you decide to go on a bathroom break, make sure to pause the episode, because if you leave for even a couple seconds, you are sure to miss something very important. Now, the second thing that really sets this anime and manga apart from all the others is the humor and the dialogue between characters. You're gonna know right from the jump that Chainsaw Man has a very particular type of humor. I guess I can say a more vulgar type of humor that you're not really used to in regular shonen stories, especially from the main protagonist out of all people. This also might be a negative for a lot of people, but again, in my opinion, with the way this story is told and kind of the pre-built circumstances around certain characters, I think Fujimoto crafts these conversations and these humorous moments in a really good way that kind of suits the character or the moment itself. Look, some of you just may straight up not get along with the type of humor that is in this anime or manga, but that is totally fine. I mean, humor is a subjective thing. There are certain things that you might find funny that others don't find funny at all. But the point of this is to kind of find the purpose within that humor, kind of the purpose within what's seemingly a very childish and vulgar joke or sequence. Fujimoto is the type of writer that really doesn't waste any time when it comes to his character development, which is also attested to the previous thing I mentioned, that the pacing is just so fast that there really isn't any time to add any fluff or unnecessarily sequences between characters or things with no real substance or that don't really drive the plot forward. Not all the humor in Chainsaw Man is vulgar or kind of hard to listen to, but definitely be expecting some of that as the story moves along, because it doesn't go anywhere. The third thing, and probably the biggest difference between Chainsaw Man and most major anime and manga, is the protagonist himself, Denji. Now, where most shonen have a protagonist that has this incredible moral compass, that has these grand dreams of becoming the greatest whatever of all time, or become the king or the master of this or that, insert whichever story that you think fits best here. That's not really the motivations of Denji, the main character of Chainsaw Man. You're going to see very early on that Denji has really some very basic and seemingly minuscule dreams and goals. And although on surface level it might seem kind of dumb or kind of turn you off to the main character himself, it's all very much a result of the environment that he was brought up in. Because Denji himself is a character who has never really had anyone to love him or any friends to spend time with or share thoughts and feelings with. He very much lacks that human connection that is so necessary for someone to, feel human or to feel like some sort of relevant person in this world. And on top of that, he lacks the very basic things that we all need as humans, such as a safe home, health, and food. You're going to learn that Denji is a character who very much is motivated by these basic things because it's something that he's never had himself. Whereas where a lot of protagonists kind of already have this stuff filled out for them, they have loved ones, or they can at least eat a good meal every day, and they kind of step up to these grander goals and huge ambitions. Denji is still very much in the basement, still trying to get the very basic necessities that every human being needs. And really, seeing as how he's a teenager, 16 years old actually, you can kind of argue that he is just like any other 16-year-old kid and just wants the basic things like friends, people that love him, and a girlfriend. And of course, this is all masterfully put together by Fujimoto, in my opinion, as the story goes along. So I have no doubt that you will be falling in love with this character, despite how you feel about his motivations or his personality, because as the story goes along, Denji has a real character arc that I have not seen in any other manga or anime. And it's truly a beautiful story. So I really hope that episode 1 of Chainsaw Man gets you hooked and maybe causes you to start reading the manga, or at least stick with the show, because I really do think that you guys are in for a real treat. Well, that's it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like. I'm a brand new channel, so any amount of support would be very much appreciated. So have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.